So I was reading Genesis yesterday, right? And I couldn't make it that far at all before my mind was getting blowed. See, the first three verses tells us a whole lot that we don't really understand. All right, so we're going to take it slow. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. All right, the first thing we got to realize is somehow there's never no talk about the creation of water. It just kind of appears. You see, He created the heaven and the earth, but then it says the earth was without form and void, meaning it was nothing. And then darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. See, waters is it just comes up. It said the earth was without form and void. But somehow God's face moved upon the spirit of the waters. So then we get to, and God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And then it says, God saw the light that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness He called night. All right, so a lot of people look at that as being God creating the sun. But if you go to Genesis 14, it says, "And God said, Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be lights in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. You see that? God created the sun and the moon, the greater light and the lesser light, on the fourth day. But God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light and divided it from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness He called night. And the evening and the morning was what? The first day. You see, it was nothing but darkness. And then God created light once He spoke. You see, God just called it night and day when He separated the light from the darkness. It was darkness first, and then God spoke, and there was light. And the darkness He called night, but the light He called day. See, when He creates the sun and the moon, it's to rule over the day and the night. And it's to be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. You see, the sun and the moon has purpose, but it's not the only lights. Those are just lights, but that's not the light that was created when God said, "Let there be light." So what is that light? And why is water always there? And how important is water? So when it comes down to what that light is, you got to understand that humans are electromagnetic beings, and we create electromagnetic fields around us. This is why we give off an aura. Now, most people can't see these auras, but everybody can feel them. You can just type in on Google, like, "Are human beings electromagnetic?" Yes, humans are considered electromagnetic because our bodies naturally generate small electrical currents due to chemical reactions within our cells, creating a measurable electromagnetic field primarily in the infrared spectrum, which is emitted as heat radiation from our bodies. Essentially, we emit electromagnetic waves due to our body temperature. And this is pretty much how our auras emanate from us. It creates a torus field around us, and that's our aura. And we have a responsibility to increase our energy field and protect it because it can be damaged. But this light, it comes from within us. We have a light that we project out as well. We just can't see it the way we see light from the sun. But the sun was put here as a reminder of what we are. We're supposed to give off light to the earth just as the sun does. But that light is not the light that was created in Genesis 1:3. The sun and the moon, that light was created in Genesis 1:14. Before I get to water, I want to say one more thing about light. In our mind, we have a pineal gland, which is commonly referred to as our third eye. It's our light regulator between day and night. And if our pineal glands don't function properly, we don't function properly. And a calcified pineal gland is very dark. But a functioning pineal gland that's properly good and taken care of and is getting the spiritual nourishment it needs, it's a very light pineal gland. This right here is the x-ray of a person's pineal gland. You see, exhibit A, that's a dark one. But exhibit E right here, that's a high functioning pineal gland right there in the middle. And we know in Matthew 6:22, Yahusha says, "The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?" As you can see, he just said the light of the body is the eye. Not your eyes, but the eye, your spiritual eye. And if your eye is single, your whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. Which that takes us back to Genesis 1:3. The earth was void and full of darkness until God spoke and said, "Let there be light." Now let's get back to the water. Now water is the most mystical element in our whole universe. It is the only element that can take three shapes or three forms: a solid, liquid, or gas. More than 3/4 of the earth is water. More than 3/4 of a person is water. We can't speak without incorporating water within our mouth. The air we breathe contains water, oxygen. Water is H2O, hydrogen and oxygen. And when it comes to water, it gives us life. You can go weeks, months without eating food, right? Long as you still drinking water. But try eating food without drinking water. And you can't eat like fruit like watermelon and melons and stuff like that. Like, no, that's water basically. That's H3O2. But just go and eat food for 3 days straight and you're gonna be out of here. Like, you can't survive without water. Now the crazy thing about water, it's a living organism. And it's always been here. And it's an intelligent element. It contains literal information. There was a doctor who did an experiment based on talking to water. And so, as you can see, the water, he would talk to the water, and if you talk to it, it takes different crystal shapes as it freezes over time. And then he also did an experiment where he had the rice sitting in water, and one rice that was in the water, he would say he loved and he was happy for. The other one, he said, "You silly fool," and would say something else evil to it. And the other one, he just ignored. The one he said positive things to, that one gave off a beautiful aroma after like a couple months. The one he said evil things to, it turned black and smelled horrible. And then the one he said absolutely nothing to, it just molded, letting us know that water reacts to the energy that's given to the water. And this is why what they say affirmations or like how we talk creates our reality. It's because, like I said before, our bodies are at least 75% water. And water is intelligent. And you should be drinking a lot of water. So if we're saying positive things all day, our subconscious is going to hear that. The water in our body is going to react to that positively. But if you're saying negative things all day, just unconsciously, the water in your body still going to react to it the same way. And between light and water, it creates a frequency. And that frequency, it creates a torus field around us, and that frequency wave will be within the torus field. So things like grounding, where you put your feet on the grass and just drink water while the sun is hitting you, that's like a great thing to get your electromagnetic field at a high level. Speaking powerful, truthful, positive words will help your energy field around you. Light and water is the two things that make us who we really are. Being a human being is a super spiritual experience. God created us. He breathed the breath of life into our nostrils and made us in his image. I've reached my 10 minutes. I have to do another video about more of this, but yeah.